Welcome back to Wednesday Wins. This is John's dad. This is the time of the week where I tell you about a good procedure, a hack, process, something that goes really well, that's worked well for me. Maybe it's worked well for you. If there's something that you've done right, that you've seen others do right, leave a comment down below and I'll try to fit it in. This week is the beginning of a 3-part series on broken hiking poles and how to repair them. I broke a hiking pole on Mount Batur in Indonesia. That's the same one where I showed you how I sliced up my arm so badly and they helped me. I also broke a pole on the King's Trail in Sweden. I got to carry that stupid heavy pole for another 150 miles. So if I'd known how to repair it, maybe I wouldn't have had to do that. I tend to go to other continents to break hiking poles. I've got a friend that's broken a couple locally though, so you don't have to go far from home to break a hiking pole. I'll bet you know several people who have broken hiking poles too, so don't worry about it. We'll show you how to fix them. There are 3 kinds of breaks that we're going to talk about. The mid-pole break, which is pretty common. If you fall on it, you're pushing on it, it just breaks right in the middle. The top pole break, I'm calling it, where the handle breaks off. And then the third is a mechanical failure, and that's actually what happened to me on the King's Trail in Sweden. Had I known how to fix that stupid pole, I wouldn't have had to carry it broken and useless for 150 miles. So I'll show you how I fixed it. Here's my black diamond fixed length hiking pole that I'm going to use to simulate a mid-pole break. Now, this hiking pole is actually showing you the mechanical failure. Do you know what it is? What is it that's wrong here? Put a comment down below. We're actually going to use these hiking poles, or this hiking pole, in the 3rd part of this series to show you how to fix this mechanical error. What do you think it is? You can make a fairly strong and reliable repair using tent stakes, duct tape, wire ties, and your pocket knife from your repair kit. The extra tent stakes you may think you need, but break a hiking pole on a long distance hike and your priorities will change. You may be able to sacrifice 1, 2, or even more tent stakes. Think about how you could set up your tent without all of the tent stakes. You may not have wire ties in your repair kit currently. I expect by the end of this video, you'll be heading to the nearest home improvement store to buy a box. They don't weigh very much, as you'll see at the end of the video, and they're really strong and they have a lot of purposes. You don't just fix your hiking poles with them. If your tent stakes have a rope or a string like my MSR groundhogs do, shown here, make sure that you align the stake against the hiking pole so that the rope is out of the way. You want the tent stake to have direct contact with the hiking pole with nothing in the way. Attach as many extra tent stakes as you can to your hiking pole. 1 minimum, of course. 2 or 3 is better, and on mine I think I can fit 5 around there. But it definitely is a struggle to keep all of the tent stakes under control and your broken hiking pole under control while you're trying to put a wire tie on. If you have an extra set of hands, that would surely help. If you happen to have a Leatherman or other kind of pliers with you, don't use them to make the wire tie tighter. You can actually break the wire tie, and then that's not going to help, of course. When you have them all tightened down like you want it, use your pocket knife to cut off the extra ends of the wire ties. You don't have to, but you don't need those flopping around either. Even though you've cut this off, right here can be kind of sharp and can actually cut and scratch. Now this one doesn't actually feel too bad. That one does. So you can try to clean it up a little bit with your knife, but here's where the duct tape comes in. I have duct tape wrapped on an old hotel key in my repair kit. I also have some on my hiking poles, but that tends to get wet and I don't think I would trust it. This has been dry since I put it in there, it never gets wet. So I use some of this and we'll wrap it around here. It's a 2-handed operation, so I'll just show you the finished result. With a little duct tape put on there, you can't even feel it. It won't scratch you, it won't scratch your equipment. Now, if you didn't have the wire ties, and they're under here, you could still do this exact same repair using just duct tape, but the duct tape will not give you the strength that the wire ties does. In fact, I only put 2 wire ties on here. If I was in the field and I had them, I would probably put 4 wire ties on, just for the extra strength. Now this isn't as perfectly strong as your original equipment, but it will get you for the rest of the hike. It will weigh a little bit more, but a pole is not something you want to go without, I don't think. Now, in this case, I may actually even put a little bit of duct tape around the points here. And your poles and your stakes may be different, so you just want to make sure it's safe, they're sturdy, nobody gets hurt. I found that on these poles, I could actually put 5 of these MSR groundhogs. I could actually have room to fit 5. And if I had 2 sets of hands, I may have done that. It was hard enough keeping 3 stakes under control trying to do this. I would actually do 5. That would give me even more strength. I don't know if you noticed, but when I put the white wire tie around this end of the stake, I ran it through or over this little notch. As I was tightened down, that forced all of the stakes to stay aligned with each other and to stay in place a lot better. If you've got, let's see what 6 wire ties add to your repair kit. 0.2 ounces or, there's no way it's 0 grams. I know, everything weighs something, but apparently 6 wire ties add 0 grams. So to wrap up this repair, is this all theory? Is this just somebody sitting in his basement, he's got some time and some duct tape and some wire ties and pretends he's got a broken hiking pole, or does it really work? Here's a picture of where it really worked. This lasted for several days, would have lasted for many more days. It showed no signs of failing. This repair method works. So next Wednesday, we'll talk about breaking off the handle. Throw any comments down below on things that you'd like to see repaired. Maybe you have other ideas on how you can break your hiking poles. I'm sure we found lots of ways. We have a lot of experience between us. And don't forget to watch for Monday Mistakes, where I tell you about things I've done wrong. See you down the trail.